A few weeks after nearly drowning on the Niagara River, Jennifer Parham wrote an email to the Missouri Highway Patrol.
I am not quite sure if you can help me or not, but I am trying to give two state troopers recognition for saving my life. Their names are Jason Glendenning and Tyler Zimmerman. I am so thankful because if they had not been there where they were on the river that day, I might not be here to send this and thank them once again. A group of friends and I had stayed at the Niagara River as well as floated on July 16th. We were in an accident and I had come close to drowning. They acted fast, courteous, and very patient with me as I was in shock. I hope this will make it back to them so they know they are appreciated. Thank you so much.
For placing themselves in harm's way to save lives and rescue more than 30 boaters, Sergeant Jason Glendenning and Trooper Tyler Zimmerman are our 2017 Lifesaver Hometown Heroes. Saturday, July 16th was not a typical day on the Niagara River. The weather was sunny and warm, but the river was running fast from recent heavy rains. Anticipating potential hazards to boaters, Sergeant Jason Glendenning and Trooper Tyler Zimmerman of the Missouri State Highway Patrol Marine Division launched their jet boat to search the river for dangerous conditions. They located an area where the river flow was sweeping into a large tree, creating a strainer where water can pass through, but a human body cannot. Over the next 8 hours, the troopers saved 3 lives near the strainer and rescued more boaters there and upriver who were swept into danger by the strong current. Jennifer and Tierney were having fun with their friends, floating down the river, not paying much attention, when suddenly their raft was swept into the strainer.
It collapsed our raft. We were holding on to the trees underwater and we kept getting sucked under and coming back up. I'm trying to just hold on so I don't get sucked into the rest of the trees. And she was like pinned up against those trees. She's scared and she's screaming.
Water was coming up over like the back of my head, but I was like I was barely able to.
And she's screaming, and so
Yeah.
water kept sucking me under because I was facing, like I'm facing her, so the water's coming up in my face and splashing me. So I was going in and out, just trying to breathe and figure out what I'm supposed to do.
I just remember when I was partially underwater, I could just see everybody lined up on the bank. There's nothing anybody could do.
Hearing her scream was probably the worst, because I couldn't help her. Nobody could help her, so it was bad.
Yeah, there was no helping.
From their position below the strainer, Jason and Tyler knew the women were in trouble and immediately raced toward them in their jet boat.
One of them was in the water to the left, and Tyler struggled quite a bit to get her out because it was just dead weight lifting her out of the water. He finally got her out about the time that Jennifer was thrown out of the raft because it was pinned up against the upside of the strainer, and she was swept underneath the strainer and was hanging on with both hands, and her feet were underneath the strainer. I stepped out onto the tree and began trying to pull her out as Tyler was trying to get her legs freed. About that time, she was getting tired, and the water started going over her face, and I could see her blue eyes looking up through the water at me, and I knew that we were about to get in bad trouble, so I got in the water behind Jennifer and hooked my arms underneath her shoulder, her armpits, and started pulling as Tyler was working on freeing her legs, and I was able to pull her out and away from the strainer, which swept us downriver, and I was able to grab a hold of the boat and Jennifer at the same time, and Tyler was able to ferry us over to the side and get her out of the water.
The troopers remained in the area to assist several others as vessels capsized near the submerged tree, dumping people and belongings into the water.
We were in the exact same location, and this next group of people comes down and they have a inner tube tied to their vessel, and with a dog and a little girl on the inner tube tied with a green thick rope. And what occurred was they were swept into the strainer. The vessel overturns. The mother was able to get up on the strainer and hang on to it, and the water swept the dog and the daughter, about a 13, 14-year-old girl, downriver. And as soon as they hit the end of the rope they were tied to, the dog went underwater immediately, and I knew that we weren't going to be able to save the dog. I knew that the dog had drowned at that point. The girl also went underwater at the time, and I didn't realize she was tangled in the rope.
I reach down, pull her out. She's literally under the water. Pick her up and have her head above water. I'm holding on to her, and Jason throws me a knife. We get her cut out, pulled up out of the water, which was lucky in itself because she was completely submerged. You know, when you get ropes tangled up on people, it's hard to get them out with that force of water.
After saving the girl, the troopers then helped the mom and her daughter return safely to the bank. Asked to reflect on the long, harrowing day on the river, both Jason and Tyler say July 16th was the best day because of the lives saved. The troopers credit their ability to save lives and perform rescues that day to the support they received from the Missouri State Highway Patrol. The swift water training prepared them to work in the floodwaters. The jet boat and equipment enabled the rapid response. And the two-person team provided the manpower needed to do the job. As for Jennifer and Tierney, they remain thankful.
I remember thinking we weren't going to make it out because the water was just so heavy and there was no one around to help at the time. And then they showed up.
I just remember thinking, what are we going to do? There was nothing we could do, and so I didn't know. I just really didn't think we were going to get out of it, to be honest.
For placing themselves in harm's way to save lives and rescue more than 30 boaters, Sergeant Jason Glendenning and Trooper Tyler Zimmerman are our 2017 Lifesaver Hometown Heroes.